Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Switch It Up Show. My name is Glenn, and I am here to bring you some of the wonderful entries on the Nintendo eShop featuring all types of awesome indie games, but it's too much of a task. It is monumental amount of work that we do here on the Switch It Up Show, and I say we because I can't do it alone. I need the help, the support, the love of Mr. Seth Trav.
How we doing this week, my guy?
I'm doing well, my man. How about yourself?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for my eternal soul because my game deals with the devil this week.
Ooh. Well, you know, what's interesting about that, sir, is I actually have the ability to peek, to race into the future with my game. But you know what? We're going to dive into each one of those right after we let these sweet beats ride. Anna Monoguchi, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful music here on the Switch It Up Show. Be sure that you check out the link in the description because you're going to be able to listen to all of the tunes that we feature here in the show. I believe actually we linked to the SoundCloud, so if you're big into the cloud, we got you covered. So first up is going to be Future Aero Racing S Ultra. Not exactly a game title that rolls off the tongue, but you know what? I didn't stumble over it, so I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back for that one. This game is available on the eShop for $6.99, and they're still tossing 35 gold coins at you when you make that purchase. Let me go ahead and hit you with a little bit of the synopsis, and then I'll let you know what's going on here. Challenge gravity in the races of the future. Enjoy the fast and futuristic arcade races we present to you in Far S Ultra. Make sure that you win the desired gold cups in the 5 championships of now they put like periods in between. They don't do that before, so it's FARS Ultra. Weird. Our 5 levels of difficulty and a total of 25 cups are waiting for you. Let them know who the best driver is along 15 exciting circuits in which you will have to face off against the most adverse weather conditions such as rain, snowstorms, and sand tornadoes. You can also increase your pilot level, unlock the 10 teams, and that way overcome the 30 challenges that Far S Ultra has in stock for you. Compete against yourself in the time attack mode, or have fun with up to 4 friends on the split screen in custom mode where you can set up your own championship. Hours of fun and challenges await you at Far S Ultra. It features 5 cups with 5 difficulty levels, 15 tracks with different weather conditions. You can unlock 10 different teams, 40 different card skins, complete 30 challenges. It has local multiplayer in split screen up to 4 players, featuring 3 game modes including Championship, Time Attack, and Custom. And the text is in English, Spanish, Italian, German, French, and Portuguese. I don't never seen that put in the description before. Good for you, people over at Forsaken Games. And the voices are only in English. And it does have HD rumble. We love a good rumble here on the Switch It Up Show. You had your head almost spun around when I said HD rumble, Seth Trav.
HD rumble, my God.
Big on the rumble.
Selling point.
So, Future Aero Racing S Ultra. Not easy to say, and in fact, they abbreviate it in the description, which is interesting. This is, if you're a big fan of F-Zero, I think you're gonna like this game. If you have been familiar with the game Wipeout or Wipeout VR, which is super popular on the PlayStation VR, this looks very much like that game. Of course, it's not in VR; it's just a typical third-person kind of behind the car. But you get to drive like these super futuristic, hovercraft type race cars, and you get different types. You don't really get that many different types of weapons, but you get a few different types of weapons, and you have a shield that encompasses your entire floating racing car, and you're basically just trying to place first as quickly as you possibly can, and you're going like hundreds and hundreds of kilometers per hour at a super fast speed, and you're drifting through the different courses in all types of varying weather conditions, which is really cool because I feel like you don't really see like too many different types of weather conditions. We've done a few different racing games here on the show, and like extreme weather isn't really something that we come across too often. So I mean, rain is one thing, but sand tornado, like that's what I'm talking about. That's the level that I need, like that throwback to like
Mario
cruising
64
world
level right there.
I mean, almost, right? That's what you want. But it's cool to be able to see something like that. I don't know how much snow and rain really affect you when you're like, floating over the road, but hey, it's awesome that it's there, and it gives a really cool variety, and also something you wouldn't expect in one of these games that's like set in the future. Usually with these like futuristic type floating racer games, everything's like neon, got that vaporwave aesthetic, as you would say, Mr. Trav, and like a lot of polygons and neon colors, and it's got that, but it also has it's like weird quirks to it like that. One thing that I like about this game is that you take damage whenever you hit the wall. You take damage when you run into other racers. You basically, if you hit something, your ship is going to be damaged. But you have different ways that you can go through about healing your ship as you're racing through the level. There's different boosts periodically placed throughout the course, and as you hit each one, not only do you gain speed, but you also regain your shield. And what's cool is I played on the normal difficulty, and even though I was like running into a lot because I play these racing games like to win. I'm not touching the brake. We're trying to drift. We're crossing our fingers, and we're hoping for the best. And that is it. Like it can kind of work out for you in this game. It is a little bit challenging, but at the same time, I feel like you'd almost have to be going out of your way if you're playing on the normal difficulty setting to actually have any type of like problems with your ship exploding. It will become inoperable if you take too much damage, but I feel like you'd really have to be like purposely avoiding some of the spaces that are out there that will help you heal, that will also help you boost. There's a bunch of them around. You can't miss them. They're bright like teal, and they're all like in the floor or the ground or whatever you want to call it, depending on where you're racing. And it's really neat. I like that it's forgiving. Some people might say that it's maybe a little bit too easy. I say to you, bump up the difficulty a little bit more and see how it goes. But I played this game and I really like that it has a lot of that arcade feel to it. This is not a simulation type racer. This is you're gonna drive 400 kilometers an hour through like sand tornadoes, and also maybe in the snow. Like that's the type of game that you're getting. So if you want something like a little bit futuristic, but also a little bit different and on a budget, because it's only $6.99, this game might be worth checking out. I feel like they did a really good job on the drift as well, and I bring that up in like just about every racing game I talk about because drift is super, super important. It is the key to victory in Mario Kart 8 for sure, and it works really, really well here. You still have to let go of the gas time and time again, but it still works really cool. And I like the graphics on this; they look good. I normally wouldn't play a futuristic racing game like this because I don't normally get into them too much. But if you're a fan of F-Zero, this is very much like that. I was a little let down in the music though. It seemed kind of repetitive. It's like slight variations of the same type of tunes. I swear sometimes you hear the same song and like throughout the whole race, and you've got 3 laps to do, and the races are a little bit long, which is good. That's what you want because these cars are going so fast and it does take a while to catch up to people, especially when you're like smashing into the wall because you won't touch the brake. But it's fun. It's a good game. For $6.99, I definitely feel like it's something worth trying out. That's why I'm going to give Future Aero Racing S Ultra a 3.5 out of 5.
Nice.
Yeah,
very
man.
nice.
Good, simple game.
Yeah, man. Good racing game is hard to come by often and a lot. Great ones, I should say. But maybe you can mix and match some things, just like I do in the third series in the Doodle game universe, I guess it is now. It's called Doodle Devil 3volution, where the 3 is an 8. It's $8.99 when you purchase it on the PlayStation Store, because I played it on the PS5. And it is made by our friends over at Joy Bits Limited. While Doodle God was busy creating the universe, Doodle Devil was also having some fun. The same addictive puzzle gameplay that made Doodle God a hit is back, but with an evil twist. Mold the combinations of fire, earth, wind, and air to create a universe of your darkest desires. Discover the 7 deadly sins and watch as the world crumbles at your fingertips as you create thousands of dastardly deeds. Combine fire, earth, wind, and air to create demons, beasts, zombies, and so much more. Being bad has never been so much fun. If you love Doodle God, embrace your dark side with Doodle Devil. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you caught any of the shows that we have done in the past, we did Doodle God Evolution, we did Doodle God Crime City, and now we're doing what I believe to be the third, Doodle Devil. The way these games always work is that you essentially have a book and you have these circles that are symbols and they tell you what they mean. You then click one symbol on the left, click the other symbol on the right, and see if they combine. If they do, something happens. If not, the game grunts at you in a weird way. There is some dialogue. It doesn't play that often, but you can literally just sit there, pick one thing, and go through every single thing you have and see what combines. The game doesn't take anything away from you for doing that. It also gives you the option to pull out some hints if you don't feel like taking the time to do that, but the hints take real time to actually build back up. So you're going to have to wait if you don't want to actually play the game as hard. Something neat in this one is that they added a slot machine element to the game because, of course, the devil. So you just keep pushing coins into this slot machine, trying to create random combinations or get hints and clues to how to make other combinations of things. I played the game for about 30 minutes, and according to that, I was 12% done with the combinations you could make. And you'll be able to see the video down here in the comments. The game does have some humor to it. They give you these interesting kitsch sort of funny quotes based on whatever you're combining. And the combinations themselves are a little funny. This one is definitely neat because so far I made like a zombie, a werewolf, a necromancer. I've made like a soul. There's a lot of fun, interesting things. Napalm, scientists. It's very interesting what they try to do to make you think a little bit about the humor. But overall, it's a fairly straightforward and almost not even a game. So because of that, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to give Doodle God 3volution a 3 out of 5.
It seems like fate has it, we're always like kind of in line with our scores. Very rarely do you hate a game and I love a game, or vice versa. We're always kind of like right there.
Pretty much, which is a little weird, but you know, so many great indie companies make so many great games, and they supply us with all these amazing things to at least test out and try. So you gotta at least give it up for the attempts more often than not.
That's true, man. My man, that's true. We're very, very fortunate that we get to work with so many awesome companies that are willing to let us try out their games. But you know what? We want to hear from you. So do us a favor. Send us a tweet over at Switch It Up Show and let us know which indie game we're missing out on. We cover a lot here on the show. This is episode 156, and I took a risk by saying that number in there. It could be edited out, but I'm telling you, I did it right. But let us know over on Twitter what indie game maybe we haven't reviewed and we might have missed that you say is a 5 out of 5. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like any of the episodes that you've listened to so far, we have a whole bunch in the catalog and you can always switch it up.